The Six of Cups showing up now in May, and it's more like it's a positive thing. You're making a good thing out of something that was bad. Maybe it wasn't even really bad, but your perspective about it was bad. It was shadowed by something, and now that you've made peace, you think, well, maybe this isn't also bad. Maybe it was just me and not everybody else, and maybe now other people around you is coming to terms with things that happened to you jointly. You know, you can't walk around in life and not bury the hatchet. And you shouldn't be walking around with rose-colored glasses either. You know, see it for what it is and move on. And now in the pelvic and the solar plexus for your awakening and arousing, receive the World card. There you are, you're at a completion point. You've gone through the gauntlet of all of the ups and downs of the major arcana cards to come to an end point. You're at the end of a cycle. You've earned, you've learned, and you've changed. And you really got your wings. It's time to move on to new challenges. And the clarification card is the Four of Wands. It's a card about celebration and ceremonies, maybe rites of passage, birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, that type of thing. But it's also about a merriment and a joy to commemorate or honor or give thanks to something. And typically it's about some type of accomplishment. And receiving the World card makes you an honorarium automatically. You're ready to go forward in life. And up in your solar plexus for sensing and feeling, you receive the Two of Swords. You're at a completion point, so now it's time to make some decisions. Two to me means decisions, partnership, balance. But the Two of Swords has a little kink to it. It's about a dual nature of conflicting but equal forces. It's a contradictory burden that's causing confusion because you're not sure what to do next. And it turns into a conundrum that transcends into like denial. And you're wondering, well, am I being deceived or am I deceiving myself? And if I don't make a decision, that's a decision in itself. But it's not that dire in this instance because the clarification card is the Three of Cups, another celebration card. But the Three of Cups indicates a celebration with many people. It was a joint accomplishment. A lot of people were on the same page. But there's some storm clouds over the kingdom because in the heart of the matter, you receive the Devil card. And the Two of Swords can indicate some conflicting feelings and even some denial on making decisions. And I think here the Devil card is more about denial. It can be hedonism and some types of addictions. But here it has the feeling that you can get caught in some type of web and tangled up in something, and it's telling you to avoid that because here the clarification card is the Seven of Cups. The card about decisions. Because there's so many things to choose from. Each cup has a prize or a poison. The Devil card is telling you, yeah, there's some that are quite venomous, and you're going to have to be very careful when you make your future decisions. Now down at the bottom right for the throat, you receive the Emperor. This is a good card to receive. It's authority and sovereignty, and you're running your little microcosm as an empire. You've learned how to control your surroundings and your environment. You've made structure and organization for civility within yourself and your outer surroundings. But there's another kink in the graph here too, because the clarification card is the Page of Swords. This guy is the party crasher, the one you hate to see come through the door, and I have seen him over and over again recently. He's the kind of person that when you see, it's just like, oh no, he's here again. He's really smart and clever and has a lot of things going for him, and he brings a lot of ideas into the party. But he's the kind of person that just is always waiting for you to say something wrong and get some dirt on you. He's a spy master. He wants to make you feel relaxed so you talk about things that you normally wouldn't even say to other people. And then he runs and talks about you behind your back because he is swords and air and words. And he's very immature and he doesn't have the emotional control. He's the type of person that just says jaw-dropping things and people just look at him like, did he really say that? Now up in your third eye for enlightenment and seeing, you see the Queen of Pentacles. This is good. You're having some really mature feelings with the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles there. She's about pragmatism. She's a pragmatist. She's got her feet on the ground and a grip on reality. Sometimes we kind of wander off in our ideas about things. But no, she brings you back down to earth. She wants you to think straight and make good decisions. And the clarification card is the Five of Wands. I think there's been some inner struggles because right now you're at the point of making some decisions. You have the Two of Swords and the Seven of Cups urging you to make some. And if you don't make a decision, that's a decision too. But then again, there's some outer conflicts going on. Like if I make this decision, this won't benefit this person. I think you're trying to make the decisions for a win-win situation for everybody. And sometimes, one size doesn't fit all. Now up above in the crown for your knowing and understanding, you see the Queen of Cups. I don't know, this is probably the third or fourth time for a Scorpio reading that the Queen of Cups shows up because she's personifying you. You're in Scorpio land now. All of a sudden you have this man or woman that's either you or in your life that's supporting you. And I mean really supporting you. Somebody's standing behind you, or else now you're standing behind your own beliefs. And you're feeling good about it. You're feeling good about your past with the Nine of Cups and the Six of Cups. You're feeling good about your spiritual self and spiritual person and awareness. Even the Two of Swords has the Three of Cups celebrating, saying, yeah, you can make the right decisions. And on your unconscious side, you have some extremely strong court cards. And the Queen of Cups is about intuition. And using your intuition to manifest more deeper emotions in your life, deeper bonds, more harmonious relationships. And the clarification card is reinforcing this because you received the Lover's card. You're looking for emotional stability. But you're at the point right now that you could be at a precipice with the devil if you don't make the right choices. Because the Lover's card requires you to make a choice between vice and virtue. And it's up to your free will to make the right decision. Now on the left for your past, you receive the Knight of Swords. You've made decisions before you know where you're going and having the right information. Or else there is somebody in your life that galloped into it and galloped out of it, and the dust is still settling, and you're going, what happened? There was some type of atmosphere of rash decisions, not well thought through decisions. And I think this whole spread is telling you to make some good decisions now. The clarification card is saying that there's been some consequences, ramifications from the decisions you've made because you received the Nine of Swords. The card of sorrow and anxiety, something that's keeping you up at night and it's bothering you, whatever happened. I don't know if there was some guilt or remorse involved about it, or maybe it was just something that happened that didn't work out right, and you're feeling despondent. But everything looks up in the future, because on the right there you received the Chariot. He's about moving forward. It's about motion. But it's also about duality. and taking control of your life and having self-control over lack of control. Because the Chariot's all about discipline and strength of willpower. The Hanson Roberts card's got it right. They put a yin and yang symbol on the front of his chariot. Because this is about you either being a Dr. Jekyll or a Mr. Hyde. And you're supposed to be the good guy when you're making decisions. And the clarification card is the Sun. It's saying, yeah, a new day is dawning for you. And you received the World card too, so a new day is dawning. You're popping out of a cycle and you're going into new things. The Sun card is like a purification. All of a sudden there's like a misty fog that's dissipating and you're starting to understand things more, and this is playing off the Chariot card for you to move forward successfully. You know, this is about the connection of the unconscious versus the conscious, physical versus the spiritual, vice versus virtue, choices versus unplanned, divine versus earthly. This is all about duality. Two things are going on here. There's two people and a union that, you know, in all respects are supposed to go into a oneness, a unity. Now, whether this happens or not is really up to you and the other person. There has to be more harmonious bonds in your relationship. Deeper emotional feelings have to be manifested in order for you to go to the next level together. So in essence, everybody has to be on the same sheet of music. Well, that's in the perfect world anyway. But in the real world, it just doesn't happen that way, and we make bad choices because this card is all about decisions and choices. The devil does not make us do anything. It's our own free will that's making these decisions. So never underestimate the value of choice over impulse. And the Judgment card next to it is just a neon sign reminder that, yeah, there is consequences to the decisions that we make, or the decisions that other people make that affect our life. Now, we might be judging other people, or they might be judging us, but it really comes down to forgiveness and what we have to forgive in ourselves or within other people for us to go on to our higher self. This card is about a spiritual cleansing for renewal, rebirth, a resurrection. You know, and it swirls around with the mix of karma. You know, what have you done in your past? Because it definitely is connected to your present and future. You know, this can be the beginning of the end or the end of a beginning. And here you can be your own worst enemy if you don't start accepting things and seeing things in a light, in a different light. And that's why I'm calling it an awakening. Now you have the King of Wands next to the Judgment card, and the Judgment card is a celestial level, and the King of Wands is here to assist you on the earthly level. As I said, this is about duality. The Lover's card is about duality. You have Judgment, celestial, King of Wands, earthly. And everybody's giving you assistance here. You have an angel, even in the Lover's card, overseeing it. Now the King of Wands is here to help you through challenging times. It's for assistance and endurance through challenges. It's one of those things that when you learn along the way, it makes you stronger. But he's a traditionalist and a visionary at the same time and has foresight, meaning his insight into future problems can also help you move along to your higher self. He wants you to be the kind of problem solver of thinking out of the box and having a discernment and good judgment, as the Judgment card is even saying. Whatever goals that you have now, the King of Wands is going to give you the ambition and the determination and the inner strength to make these all possible. One thing that this king does, though, is he wants to mold the world around his beliefs and his feelings, and you have to be careful of that too. But this king can be the harbinger of spiritual transformation. And I think you have to go with the flow with him, so that everything melds together between the earthly and the celestial. Because it's saying here that it's targeting relationships and your emotions, and you need balance there. Now, I rolled the astrology dice, and you received Sagittarius, Venus in the 5th house. Now, Venus in the 5th house has you worried about your appearance. What will I wear to this party? How does my hair look? Does these pants make me look fat? But it really depends on who you're trying to please. Is it yourself or just other people? If it's yourself, it's okay. And it should be other people secondarily. Because if you go overboard for what other people think, this is going to make you unhappy and dissatisfied. You have to make sure that your own personal expression isn't being squashed into the will to please other people. Now, this week, the arts and socializing and entertainment are going to be high on the list of must-dos, but this week, you want to mingle romance into the picture and even invite children along for some of the fun. Now, here with the presence of the Lover's card, it kicks up the love, romance, excitement an octave, and you're looking at everything as more of an adventure. Sagittarius and Venus brings the demonstrative side of you out to play. And you're usually a cunning and secretive person, but this week you're going to expose some of your inner feelings. It might be uncomfortable, but you're going to do it. But you can't be an idealist and sway any of the discussions into really explosive subjects like politics and religion. Not everyone feels the same as you do for ideas and goals. And this is a week for you to be really diplomatic and compromise to maintain harmony. You may not reach your nirvana this week, but it's going to be a lot of fun and you'll learn a lot along the way. The King of Wands will assist you here and remind you to take a look at things more objectively and more philosophically. The Judgment cards wants you to hang on to your moral values and put events into perspective before you make decisions with the Lover's card. Putting fun first may get you into a cosmic trouble, forcing the Judgment card to make a ruling, to regret and eventually repent for forgiveness. The presence of the Lover's card brings about honesty and open feelings, as I said you would be expressing. But raw candor can offend some people, and you're going to have to be very careful with what you say and speak gentle words. If you don't have anything good to say, just say nothing. Learning new things is high on your list this week, and you'll discover a heightened appeal of foreign destinations. And these will tantalize you with the idea of maybe going on a vacation in the near future. Whatever your newfound interests are this week, you want to step out of the status quo for an adventure, a few laughs, and some fun. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.